You still think about them, even after everything they did, even after the lies, the manipulation, the pain, and sometimes you hate yourself for missing them. But what if I told you it's not your fault? What you're experiencing isn't weakness. It's not obsession. It's something called trauma bonding. And once you understand it, everything will start to make sense. Let me tell you about Emma. She was in a relationship that felt like a roller coaster. One moment he was loving, generous, and said she was the best thing that ever happened to him. The next, cold, distant, angry. She never knew which version of him she'd get, but she stayed. Why? Because during the low moments, she craved the highs, the love bombs, the apologies, the promises. Every time he hurt her, he pulled her back in. And every time he pulled her back, the bond got stronger, not healthier, stronger. That's trauma bonding. It happens when abuse is mixed with moments of kindness and affection. The brain gets confused. You're biologically wired to seek connection, especially in distress. So when the same person who hurts you is also the one who heals you, you bond to them. Like a child clings to a parent, even if that parent is the source of pain. It's called intermittent reinforcement, and it's the same method used in gambling addictions. You never know when you'll get the reward. So, you keep coming back, even if it costs you your peace, your sanity, your self-worth. Here's what's happening in your brain. Every time they hurt you, your stress hormones spike. Cortisol, adrenaline. Your body goes into survival mode. Then, when they comfort you, dopamine is released. You feel relief, warmth, safety. This pattern becomes a loop, and your brain, without your permission, links that person to both pain and safety. It's toxic, but it's powerful. So when they're gone, you don't just miss them. You miss the cycle. You miss the emotional highs. You miss the validation. You miss the, maybe this time it'll be different. It's not about love. It's about addiction. An emotional addiction rooted in trauma. Here are 3 signs you're trauma bonded. You justify or minimize their abusive behavior. You feel empty or anxious without them, even though you know they hurt you. You feel guilty for thinking about leaving them. Let's be clear, this isn't about being stupid. It's about being human. Your brain did what it had to do to survive that relationship, and now it's trying to protect you from loss, even if that loss is a blessing in disguise. So yes, you might miss them. You might cry. You might want to go back. But none of that means you should. Because what you're craving isn't real love. It's relief from emotional withdrawal. To heal from trauma bonding, you need 3 things: distance, awareness, self-compassion. Distance breaks the loop. Awareness keeps you from romanticizing the past. And self-compassion, that's the hardest part, because it means forgiving yourself, not for what you did, but for what you didn't know. You were taught that love meant pain. Now you're unlearning that. And that's not weakness. That's strength. That's healing. And healing doesn't always look pretty. Sometimes it's crying in the shower. Sometimes it's blocking them. Again. Sometimes it's sitting in silence, resisting the urge to reach out. And sometimes it's celebrating the smallest win, like getting through one more day without them. You won't wake up healed, but you will wake up stronger, because every time you choose yourself over the cycle, you rewire your brain. You remind your body. Safety is no longer chaos. Love is no longer fear. And even if no one told you this before, let me tell you now, you are worthy of a love that doesn't hurt. You are allowed to leave what breaks you, and you never have to earn love by suffering for it. So if you still miss them, don't shame yourself. You're not broken. You're healing. This ache, it's part of the process. Let it remind you not of what you lost, but of what you're reclaiming. You, your peace, your voice, your life. If this hit home, leave a broken heart in the comments so others know they're not alone. And share this with someone who needs to hear it, because healing begins with understanding.